Oscar Bevis, IFL TV, proudly sponsored by Everlast here in London. Delighted to be joined by the GOAT, Claressa Shields. Thank you for giving me some of your time. Like I said, I know you've done absolutely loads for the media today, but I do really appreciate this. Welcome to London. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you? You want me to hold this?
I'll hold it. I'm good, thank you. Very good. Enjoyed the presser today. Kind of what we expected. Obviously, you are the GOAT. You hold yourself in that high esteem. Was the plan to come over here and let Savannah know exactly what you're about?
Yeah, but it also was her chance to let me know what she was about, and she tucked her tail like I knew she would. She didn't want to talk trash to me. She didn't want to ignite me. She didn't want to give me any more fire, and she was very, very timid.
So you kind of didn't expect that from Savannah then? I mean, she did have little chirps here and there, but you expected her to be perhaps a bit more, a bit more live and keep you on your toes a little bit more?
I mean, she was super disrespectful online to me, up on Twitter, on Instagram. She's posting, up on her birthday, I guess the picture where she beat me when I was 17. And it was like, I was thinking she's going to come with that energy to let people know, I'm going to beat you down. But now she's saying, oh, she's not going to knock me out, but she's going to hurt me and she's going to outbox me. And I'm like, whoa, what happened to you knocking me out in 2 rounds? Wait a minute, we're taking a step backwards, not up forward.
Obviously, this fight being in London, they spoke about how it's not going to be in her hometown of Newcastle. You're coming outside of your comfort zone a lot more than she is. Is that kind of, again, something you just wanted to show the mentality of, look, I am the global superstar, and if I am going to win, I'm going to do it on your turf just to prove kind of a point to not just Savannah, but prove a point to the boxing world, I suppose?
Yeah, I want to prove a point to the boxing world, and right now, the UK boxing is booming for the women's side. I'm getting paid a whole lot of money. She's getting paid a whole lot of money. We're fighting on 2 big platforms, ESPN in the US and Sky Sports here. And I just want to say that I can want to fight anywhere. I can want to fight. I already done it. I've already traveled to Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, and won the Olympics. I've already won the Olympics in both 2012. And I've traveled all over the world and fought against whoever was the best, winning the world championships, continental championships, Pan Ams. And I've been able to come out up on top. She hasn't. She's lost the European Games. She's lost at the World Championships. She won the World Championships once, but then 3 months later didn't even medal at the Olympics where I won gold. So coming over here, it's going to mean a lot to me to beat her in front of her home, to beat her in her home country, in front of her family, in front of her friends, in front of everybody, to show that it doesn't matter where this fight would have took place or when, she was going to lose to me.
So you've achieved so much, I mean, as you just said, in your career. Do you feel like, because this is the biggest fight of your professional career, this could kind of be the fight that dictates a lot of how you go down into the history books? Look, like you said, you've achieved so much, but boxing fans are very short-sighted. It's all about the last thing you've done. So do you think this could be one of the fights, as the biggest, that kind of dictates how people remember Claressa Shields?
I think it'd be one of the things, but I'm already remember. If I wanted to retire right now with all my accomplishments, I could. I didn't have to give Savannah Marshall a chance to fight me. I didn't have to answer the call. I could have just ignored her like she did me 2006, 2018 when we sent her out a contract to fight up at 168 and I had 2 of the belts. She didn't want to fight against me. She told us, her and her team was like, no. But now, that she's here and she got a few knockouts, now she got some confidence. Now she wants to fight, but this fight is just another win in the basket. People will look at it as one of my biggest fights because of she's looked at as a knockout puncher. But so was Christina Hammer considered a knockout puncher too.
So does it not burn as much as she makes out? I mean, she kind of comes with the theory that the amateur loss burned you so much that it kind of takes much more emotion into this fight. Look, I know you don't like each other, you've said that. But she kind of comes with the theory that it burns so much and that's kind of what's getting to you about this fight.
No, that's not it. What gets to me about this fight is that she hasn't accomplished not even a tenth of what I have, and she talks shit the way that she does. Try to say I wouldn't be a 3-time division world champ if she would have been given an opportunity. Can you even make 154? You were fighting at 175, which is the weakest weight class in women's boxing. You skipped 168, and then she came to 160. So it's like you could have been 2-division world champion if you're as good as me. You could have won the belts at 68. If you wanted to fight those tough girls, and then came to 60. Or you could have won the belt at 75, then 68, and then came down to 60. But she didn't. She's only a 1 belt holder. That's it. And she's been pro 5 years. That's embarrassing.
How much is this, and I'm not going to use the word hatred because I know you said that's a word that you don't use. How much has this dislike developed over the years? It's been a fight that's been spoken about for so long, especially since Savannah's turned pro in the UK. How much has it developed over the years? Has it kind of got more dislike as the time has gone on?
I just started disliking her. Just started. I mean,
If you didn't say any of this, could this be a very straightforward fight between two very, very good female fighters?
yeah, if well, not even her not saying anything. If she wouldn't have disrespected me, talking about my hair, talking about my butt, trying to call me fat, saying that she could have done what I've done, but she just wasn't given the opportunity, or saying she can knock me out in 2 rounds, stuff like that. Like, she's been living off my name forever. She hasn't done anything but just yell Claressa Shields, and I don't like that, because I work very, very hard to be where I am. But for her to keep saying, "Oh yeah, you may have done this and you may have done that, but I'm still better than you," it's like, how are you still better than me? We living off of something that happened 10 years ago. We're not gonna acknowledge nothing that happened in the middle. Like, how did we get here? If I was just a bum and she beat me in 2012 and I turned pro and I didn't have any belts and we was getting ready to fight again, nobody would care. It's the fact that I'm the greatest woman of all time on why we're here.
Can I just show you something quickly? I know it's something that you're going to remember. Do you remember this head-to-head at York Hall?
Yep, I remember this.
That was 2019. How has the fight developed from if you were to fight in 2019 to the fact that you're fighting now in 2022?
Oh, it developed a lot, because I don't know who she was signed with in 2019, but she wasn't a big name. I was walking all through that fight, and people were, I had to have security. Like, people wanted pictures and everything, but nobody was asking her for pictures. Nobody was paying her any attention. Now I feel like with her knockouts and her making the decision to leave Eddie Hearn and come over here to box her and fight on Sky, that she is getting a lot of more notoriety. She's bigger now, and that she can. She has more confidence, and now it's more on the line. With her being a champion also. So it's all better now, and it's bigger.
Just finally from me on this fight, how do you take emotion out of a situation like this? Obviously, you're so experienced in the game, but how do you take emotion out? Because I don't know, when you don't like someone, it would be easy for you two to go in there and just swing windmills, and I know it's not going to work like that, but how do you take emotion out of the fight and just kind of get to your boxing, what you're best at?
If I told you, I had to kill you, how I do that. If I told you. So I can't tell you. But just know, I do it with ease. It's a switch. I got Claressa, and then I got Clarenzo. Yeah. And nobody fucks with Clarenzo.
Are people underestimating Clarenzo's power?
Yeah. People are underestimating my power, my skill, my IQ. The better fighter that I'm in there with, the better that I fight. Period. So it's gonna be big.
Download the Everlast Fitness app and find your greatness within.